What's happening, everyone? I'm your host, Kieran, and this is a safe space between us. And my co-host is...
Hi, everyone, I'm Tessa.
Hello. And we got a new co-host, an admin, Omni. Omni, just tell everyone about yourself quickly, one of the professionals.
I am a transformational coach and I work with people with life-changing injuries, and I've been previously on your site, on your website, on your podcast even, maybe.
Yeah, podcast, well done. This is our first live, so we might be a bit nervous and stuff. Ladies, how's your week been? Before we talk about a safe space.
It's all right. It's been all right. It's nice to see some sunshine.
Sunshine. Tessa, how's your week been?
Yeah, okay. As Omni says, nice to see some sunshine. Oh, do you know what I noticed earlier, by the way? My strawberry plants have started flowering, which means I'm actually going to get strawberries on the plants.
Yes. Legend. Woohoo.
That's like a highlight of my week.
So as your self-care been going?
Mine, getting there.
Yeah.
So
what have you been doing? Tell us.
I currently take medication, anti-anxiety medication, and this is like year 3 of being on the medication now. But I am not that I'm not good at remembering to take my medication. I just don't like taking medication, and it goes back to this whole like stigma conversation that we've had in a previous podcast, and obviously what we're trying to do with the whole group is, I think subconsciously somewhere in the back of my mind I'm still thinking it's not normal to have to take medication for me to feel okay, because if I don't take, like, while I'm taking my medication, I am still the same person. I don't think it changes me as a person, but I am just so much more content and obviously less anxious. Like it's almost like I don't have anxiety at all. It really, like, my medication really helps me day to day. But if I don't take it, it takes like 24 hours for me to go back to just being like how I used to be when I was really struggling with my mental health. And then when I start taking my medication again, I have to go through the whole motions of getting back into the swing of things. So like for the medication specifically that I'm on, it's not just like you take it and you feel better one day and you don't take it and you feel bad again. It's like a process to get back on it and to build up to house.
Yeah, I'll get that.
So luckily this week, you know what I mean? I've just had to have like a serious conversation with myself to say no reason you need to take it now.
Do you feel like you have to work back through to get it into your system? So you have to go through some side effects before it like levels out every time, do you?
Yeah, I do, yeah. And every time that I stop taking my meds, because it'll just be like, I'll forget one morning and I go, oh yeah, I'll take it later. But then when it comes around to it, I'm like, oh no, I don't want to take medication. Like, I don't want to be on meds. And then I kick myself every single time because I'll have a really bad couple of days and be like, and this is why I'm on medication. This is why. And then I'll start taking them again. And obviously I have to go through all the motions of and the side effects of being back on medication and like build up to the prescription like that I'm being prescribed. So it's like a whole process, and I hate myself for it every single time. And I don't know why I keep doing it. I've had a chat with myself and my partner. I'm saying enough's enough now. I'm meant to be on medication for a reason. I need to start taking my meds seriously.
Yeah, just don't beat yourself up about it, because I take anxiety depression tablets, and when I don't have them, I tell you, I don't feel myself. I feel like I'm on like Mars or something, mate, sometimes. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's actually nuts. But yeah, girls, been a busy week with a safe space between us, isn't it?
Busy.
So those who are watching, Omni's been one of the professionals. We've had loads of other guests on. We've been doing we'll get to what we've been doing and what's happening. So Omni's been helping us out. Going to be taking over the Facebook page on a certain day. Thursdays, we said, didn't we, Omni?
Thursdays I'll be in there. I'll be doing some of the
from next week, yeah,
activity in there.
Yeah, from next week. So so we have got our logo done, liking it. finally got our logo and our slogan: break the stigma, break the silence. Love it. And we're going to be kicking down doors, breaking that stigma. I just want to say something quickly, yeah. So you know earlier, girls, yeah, I said I was doing that training course.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen the video, because I remember seeing the video years ago, but obviously it was like a refresher. Have you ever watched that video? It's called The Black Dog, about depression and anxiety. Have you seen it?
Yeah, is it? I want to say it's Churchill, is it?
No, so I'll share it on the Facebook page because I don't know how to share the screen yet. But I'll tell you what, it's emotional. So it talks about someone with anxiety and depression, and basically it says the black dog. It's the black dog's with him all the time when he feels like low, anxiety and depression. I remember watching it years ago, but then today we watched the extended one on a training course. Oh mate, made me nearly right. I'll share that. It might actually show people how people feel with anxiety and depression. So interesting to watch. But anyway, should we talk about what we've been doing, what we have plans?
Yes.
Yeah. So
good stuff.
First of all, obviously we've been behind the scenes, really busy. Obviously we do the podcast. So to start off, everyone knows it's been me, Kieran, and Tessa. I do the podcast mainly and the editing and loading, and Tessa, like, it's the one with the hardcore. She puts me straight. She good with the announcements and stuff like that. No, you do. You put me straight. You tell me, like, Kieran, go to bed. Like, you need to get some rest and stuff. That's what I need. No, but Tessa's been spending a lot of time. Yeah, no, but you've been spending a lot of time on. So we've been getting a lot of people been contacting us through so many different, like British Council have contacted me, and we set up a meeting. We've had authors and publishers contact us, which has been wicked. So Tessa's been putting together. Do you want to talk about just quickly what you've been putting together, Tessa?
The handbook.
Yeah.
Yeah, so obviously a safe space between us is building rapidly, far more quicker than we ever could have anticipated or hoped for, which is amazing. Like the number of people that we've helped already is absolutely incredible. Like, pat on the back to everyone here and everyone who's part of the group. But it's become clear that we need structure. We need some structure now. So we need a clearer path on how we can help others, and put it in a format that's easy for people to understand. So the handbook, almost like a welcome leaflet, I suppose, like, so obviously if someone comes across us or someone's searching for us or is recommended to us, it's an easier way for them to see exactly what we can do, exactly how we can help them, and what our aims are as a charity.
Yeah, so what we put our aims and our mission and our commitment to what we can offer and what we can do. So similar to what we've been doing. It's basically what we've been doing is the podcasting, and we will give you or find you the support like we have been around the world, and obviously be there as every other day at least, we check in and stuff like that. But obviously for us to be able to help you, you need to be able to help yourself and take the advice. Even if it's not here at Safe Space Between Us, wherever you go, just please do. If you get asked to like this and you need to refer, please do it, because it will help you. I won't go into like whys, and because of myself and stuff like that, it does help you. But also our mission. So I'll quickly talk about the mission. So I had a mission, obviously, through what happened and I went through, and me being an idiot and stuff like that, the things I've done. So my mission was to start off with just being a podcast, talking about people, having a safe space to tell the story. Obviously, that's gone well over how it's gone crazy. So obviously I counted yesterday, it's around about 124 people that have been given support via, and we could communicate with them, and every day we're basically getting people talking to us and stuff. So firstly, I want to say on behalf of Tessa, Omni, and the Safe Space Between Us, is like, firstly, well done, and you should be proud of yourself for speaking up. And we're very proud of ourselves, and that's the first time I really said I've been proud of myself. But I'm proud of ourselves that we've been able to open a door that and a safe space that people can feel they can talk. So well done, everyone involved and the members. But yeah, our mission is the stigma around mental health is crazy. It's really bad. I had training today with school teachers and stuff like that, and that's the same thing they're talking about. So my mission is to, what it says there, break the stigma. Where is it? Break the stigma and break the silence. Is try and get that message out there that, listen, you might not support mental health or you might not understand it, but we can help educate it. We're not going to diss you for it or anything, but there will be someone, yourself or someone close to you, that might suffer with something to do with mental health. So just people who are suffering, it's okay to talk, please talk. So yeah, so worldwide we are at the moment, and that's the way I'm going to keep it. I'm going to be kicking down doors, kicking down presidents, prime ministers' doors, a lot. Yeah, to this ain't this. No, you know what I'm like. Yeah, what we're like is this is our goal. This is a vision. I've never had heart and fire like this, so we're going to do it. So we're getting big. We're lucky enough to have Small Steps, Big Minds, who we put on there, and I'll put their links. Great place to take your kids and do SEN work and stuff. And I'll be able to use a place once a week, twice a week to do my podcasting. And also, we've been lucky enough, we've been a publisher from America who's got about 150 authors, has contacted us, and she loves what we do, and she's sending out books so we can start book clubs online. So that we're starting, and locally we can start book clubs, which be good. Reading's good for your mind and stuff like that. What else are we doing? Right, so we are looking, because this is going big, we are looking to become a non-profit charity, or a charity, what was it? So charity enterprise or something like that. I put that word
Registered.
Wrong. Yeah.
A registered charity.
Yeah, registered non-profit charity. So we've been approached by so many people and stuff like that, and contacted. So we said, well, let's just do it. We've got so much heart and desire to do this, so we're going to do it. All we say to those the 4 people currently viewing, and those who do watch this over the week, or if you do, all we ask is spread the message out there that there is a safe space for people, and even if it's not for here, anywhere, it's not just about a safe space between us. It's, let's get mental health. It should be, in my opinion, in my view, it should be educated in school, like part of the GCSEs, part of the curriculum and stuff like that. And I have spoke to the council about that, and I've got a meeting. I won't talk too much about that, but until something good comes out of it. Also, I do want to do more supporting, and I ain't told you 2 girls this, yeah? So I have another mission, and you're going to laugh. So my other mission is the same thing, but you know, school teachers and nurses, right? Like, I've been very judgmental of nurses, school teachers, not school teachers in general, but certain teachers and nurses and stuff. And I've talked to a lot of them and been contacted by a lot of them. A lot have contacted us, and the same message goes that says, what about our mental health? Like, no one talks about our mental health. So not talking too much, so I don't drop the names in and stuff, because everyone's scared that they might lose the job. So I want to get into schools, right, locally, and support the teachers. So, for example, say a group of bullies come to the gate and kick off, and the teacher gets pushed and scared. Some teachers have told me that they don't get checked up on, or like, how are you? Like, it's just, yeah, see you tomorrow, basically, like nothing happened. So basically, I want to be like the hub where a text will go out to say an incident's happened in school, and then we will do the check, like the support, what we do in the emails, if that makes sense. You get me?
Yeah. I'm with you.
Yeah.
You with me?
Yeah.
That's another mission. But yeah, also we've got some exciting guests coming up on a podcast. Not going to spill some names. Tessa, I'm sure I told you this. So, who's ever watched hardcore porn? not porn, not that, but hardcore porn on like the on History Channel.
like the telly show.
Yeah, the telly show. Yeah. So basically, there's a guy on there. So one of the guys, I don't know if he's watching, Lee. If you're watching, big up Lee. I done a podcast with him, but unfortunately didn't record, so we're recording it tomorrow. He got hold of someone who's on hardcore porn, Bobby Joe, and he said, yeah, contact him. So contacted him, and he wants to come on it. Yeah, so this is in 2 weeks' time. And obviously I've told you about certain Love Islanders and stuff like that, ex-Love Islanders stars and stuff like that. So yeah, we're growing. We're trying to get bigger names on there. Obviously there's a procedure with some of these celebs and stuff like that who support mental health that I've got to go through agents and stuff like that, but we're getting there, and a few ex-Love Islanders people we're trying to get on and stuff like that. So yeah, so we can talk about their mental health and what they've been through in the celebrity world. Also we're going to talk about kids in grassroots sports, not just football, sports, stuff like that. I've got a few parents and coaches of not just football, swimming coaches, athletic coaches and stuff like that coming on. Yeah, my diary is just booked up, rammed like I like it, with the bags under my eyes. But yeah, so we're moving at a fast pace. I'm loving it, but we have to start becoming more structured now on how we cope with it and how we deal with it. So we are going to become a non-profit charity, and we are going to have a handbook that Tessa's kindly putting together. And when you join the group, there is going to be more questions where you can say, you don't have to say your name, you can go anonymously, if I said that right. Yeah, and then we have got a few events that we're going to plan. So in September, let's start with the September thing, what we're doing. We have all dedicated to do Omni. I'll let you talk. What we're going to do in September.
Let me talk.
Yeah.
Oh, I get a chance. What am I going to talk about? Well,
what are we doing in September?
Well, I think you should say how it started, talking about Mental Health Week.
Okay.
And the challenges you want to put ahead for Mental Health Week, and then the challenge that we've set for September, we couldn't possibly do in such a short amount of time. And so that's how we got to that, isn't it? Because you are super ambitious. So maybe you should start with your Mental Health Week, and then
we take a day each, so I don't have to hear my voice all the time. So I'll start with day one. So in Mental Health Week, it's coming up in May the 15th. We're gonna do I'm Gonna Brave It, a 24-hour live podcast. We're gonna have guests on it every hour. We're gonna have topics each hour is going to be broken down into topics like first hour anxiety, second hour menopause, third hour grief, fourth hour, etc. And we're going to have guests based on those topics on there. So I'm going to brave a 24-hour podcast. These lovely ladies are going to join me at is it the start and the end? We've agreed?
We are now.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. So these lovely ladies are going to start the pod. You pledge the 24-hour podcast with me on May the 15th, and then I'm going to get guests on, and we've got. I tell you what, we've got some wicked guests, very professional guests in loads of different sectors. And then what's happening day 2, Tessa?
Ice bucket challenge.
Yes. Oh, is it just me, or are we all doing it?
Oh no, just
well,
you.
I think the plan is to nominate people, isn't it? So you do it in the name of a safe space between us,
and then nominate,
get the message out there, and you nominate someone, so it's like a chain reaction. Yeah.
So day 2 is the ice bath. I'm going to fill up the whole bath and brave it, because also it is supposed to be good. Yeah, you're not. It's supposed to be good for your mental health as well. Instead. So, yeah. Day 3, Omni. What was day 3?
Day 3. Are we cooking with Kieran on day 3?
Cooking with Kieran. So I'm going to do a cooking lesson. I'm going to send out the ingredients. cheap as chips. We're going to do it and
Bargain.
go live and do a bargain cooking lesson with Kieran.
And you
And
also
then
learn
that same day, and you're learning a new skill. And that same night, we're going to be doing a baking lesson with Tessa. Look, look, look. And then what's day 4?
Yoga.
Yoga. We're going to get a yoga instructor on, so a bit like Joe Wicks, but a yoga instructor on, and we can all join live. The yoga instructor, and we're going to do some yoga. Day 5, we're going to put it out there. We're going to have a, what is it, Tessa?
A comedy night. Night.
So we're going to see whoever's up for it, including ourselves.
Open mic.
We're gonna have an open mic where we can go live and just crack jokes. If it's ripping at me, ripping anyone apart, but obviously not
We'll
the
do
topic.
the roast of Kieran.
Yeah, or the roast of Kieran. We can do. We'll do whatever. It doesn't bother me. We're gonna do that, including Omni and Tessa. Are gonna do the open mic comedy, and in day 6 we're gonna have a massive quiz. But this time we're going to have prizes where you win, where I'm speaking to professionals and getting you a lot of freebies, we say, like three hours sessions, if it's yoga, if it's a mindfulness coaching, if it's meditation class or whatever. We're going to be giving all them stuff away as well. So that's our mental health week, and then it leads to back to Omni for September.
Back to Omni. So in September, I think we're going to do a group challenge where other people can join us as well, but we will be climbing a mountain.
What mountain, Tessa? Tessa, where we
Snowdon.
Snowdon. We're gonna
Mount
so
Snowdon in Wales.
Us three are gonna do it, but we're gonna put it out there if anyone else wants to do it. You're welcome to do that. So that's.
And I think we're going to crowdfund on that as well, aren't we? So we're gonna.
Oh, absolutely.
We're gonna crowdfund on that. We're gonna do some sponsors and raise some money to jumpstart the charity.
Yeah. So talking of that, so any fundraising we do for safe space between us, it's going to go on to Tessa's in charge of fundraising, so I leave Tessa to talk about what everything's going to go on and stuff.
Yeah, so obviously being a registered charity, we're going to need some sort of funding. So yeah, we plan to do a lot of fundraising, obviously climbing a mountain. Hopefully there's more people that want to join us. But yeah, so the fundraising is mainly to strengthen our resources, so we can help others better. Just money helps, doesn't it?
Yeah, and so everything will be going back in, but I just want to give a shout out, like, obviously we're in the UK, and I don't know where most people are do, but do you know what I find, ladies? It's like the ones local to me, yeah, and do you know things people are going through tough times and stuff, but maybe it's me, maybe it's a safe space, I don't know, but I'm getting a lot more people talking from like America and Australia. I'm getting a lot of and big up Australia, America, India. Who else have I spoken to? So these are the countries I've spoken to. Yeah, Portugal, India, Spain, Australia, America, obviously UK. And what was the other one? The other day I thought, whoa, I never. South Africa. Yeah.
Oh, and wow.
I don't know how. I know where I've been posting and stuff, but it's just like it's been very inspiring to talk to this many people. And one thing I've learned is we should all write books. That every human should write a book about their life, because all our stories are unique. You know that. Like, obviously, my story might sound boring to people, but if you put it in a book, people might go, "Whoa!" Like you've had a bit of a mess. You've had a bit of a mess up life, and you've done some stupid shit. And yeah, it's just been crazy, and it's quite inspiring to talk to so many people. And Obviously, Omni, for example, your story was inspiring. 2 accidents you had. Tessa, your one as well. So everyone has a story. But I just, before we like crack on a little bit more, I just want everyone to, it might be a bit downer, but just find that belief in yourself to talk. If it's to us, if it's to anyone, just talk. And this ain't just about a safe space. And I keep saying this, and it's not. We ain't doing this for anything. If anything, we're just probably losing sleep. Well, it's fine. Just we're in 2023 now, and there's obviously Tessa and Omni. You know, like Tessa, you know especially. Like I get quite upset and angry over bullying and mental health chat. Is just support mental health. Like if it's not safe space between us, go and support someone else. As long as you're passing a message there and showing a friend that listen, you do care. You ain't got stigma about it, you ain't judging and that, then you will get people talking. Because one thing we've learned, and I've learned especially, is people, and big up the people who know me, I've had people who I'll never think on my friend list would contact me for support, and I have been contacted by these people. And there was me, certain person and lovely person, I would never thought that he would go through a shit time, because that was how my brain was working, like judging and stuff. And you just don't know who's going through shit, regardless what his Facebook pictures say. You just don't know. And then when he started telling me about his shit, I thought, fucking hell, man. So just don't judge. It doesn't matter if someone's got a Lamborghini. You don't know if they're going to go and whack that Lamborghini down the lamppost. Obviously, I hope not. But just be happy with what you've got. Be proud of yourself, and just try and engage with someone. If it's not here, it's somewhere else. Just engage and do something. What I find useful, when you do something nice, so if you're not a confident person, holding a door for someone, saying good morning to the shopkeeper, saying good morning to the old man walking the dog, or whatever it is, the binman, whatever, it makes you feel good, and it builds your confidence up a little bit.
It's like they say, isn't it? There's no selfless good deed.
Yeah, exactly.
Because every good deed makes you feel good.
Yeah, because, for example, before I come to you girls, what I've learned about it since doing this is, one, everyone's unique, everyone's got their own stories, but two, it's like, who was I to ever judge people? When I used to judge people, who the fuck was I to judge people back in the day, or last year even, and you just don't know what they're going through, and it's crazy. Like, with the people I talk to, you would not know what they've gone through. So I just think the judgment in 2023 and the stigma, we've got to, as a society, we've got to really do something about it and think of the future generation and generation after that, because if we don't, our kids are screwed. That's in my opinion. Anyway, Tessa, what have you learned since you've been doing this? Have you learned anything about yourself?
I was
or
just
about
going to
people?
say, just quickly, because you just touched on like not agreeing with bullying and things like that. Obviously, we've been hoping to be anyway a registered charity, and obviously creating a safe space. It's very important that we implement like a very, very strong anti-bullying policy, because we are obviously striving to be this completely judgment-free zone, this completely safe space for people to be able to talk. And with like a strong anti-bullying policy, and obviously like diversity policy and things like that, we're obviously striving and hoping to create the safest space for people. And obviously everyone who wants to be a part of a safe space between us will have to agree to these terms. And obviously anyone not agreeing is just going to be bye.
Yeah, it's
just because you mentioned bullying, I thought it was just we'll just highlight that.
It's just because I have in the start of the safe space, there was a member who was getting random messages, and we don't know if it was from someone from the group or whatever. So we have been. There was someone I kicked out because it was spam. So we won't accept spam and stuff like that. It's not what it's here for. To spam the group or spam people, etc. So we've had to put those policies together. So anyone being caught bullying or says anything which can upset someone, because it's a mental health support group and stuff like that. And then soon we're going to be a charity. So that's the aim. There's no bullying, and let's all just be nice and happy. No, I think,
Let's all
sorry.
be friends. That's like that scene
friends,
in
no.
Mean Girls, isn't it? Where it's like, I just want to make a cake out of rainbows and smiles, and we'll all eat it and be happy.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
that's what I feel like
So
sometimes.
cute,
Honestly,
so
it makes
cute.
me feel like a bit of a hippie, being like so happy all the time.
But I just want to say, Omni, before I carry on because I talk too much. Omni, since you've been doing what you do, like so you've been doing two things. So obviously you're coaching. So tell me, or just listeners, what you've learned about people and about yourself. But then also, since you've come or been chatting to us, what else have you? Or if
I think my biggest learning is the power of community, which astounds me every time. So, we talked about it in my podcast. Did I? Oh, am I fixed? Yeah, we talked about it in my podcast actually, and how these are really lonely times sometimes, and you feel like you're on your own and you've got nowhere to go and there's no one to talk to, and like yourselves and myself, I provide a community for other people who are like-minded or in the same situation, so that they're not alone. And it always astounds me like how much support we can offer each other just by talking freely about our experiences or talking freely about our feelings and then normalizing them.
Yeah.
Because they are normal feelings. They are, they're not, even though they've got devastating effects, they're not, beyond any of us to feel them.
Exactly.
And so I always think that, and I think that's another thing about having a powerful community and a safe space between us, isn't it? Because by vetting the people that are in your group, then you're in a trusted space and a confident space to be able to talk. And it's great, really. It's great because it doesn't matter how remote you are or how far away you are or if there's people next door or if there's not, you're on like a remote farm, in a busy street. You're never actually on your own if you can tap into these types of services.
Just as like you coming from the outside, and obviously we ain't physically seen each other in person. It's only been over the screen. But I'm sure we will. But what your thoughts before you come aboard? Like, what was your thoughts of? Have you seen anything? And some people may have. Have you ever seen anything like a safe space between us? I know there's charities that help, blah blah blah. But what we're doing is giving them. We're finding them that support. We're giving them those emails, the tools, the checkups and everything, the quizzes, the book clubs we're going to be starting, the walks and talks we failed at, but we could try and do again. Have you seen something like that? And how, from an outside, how did you think we could improve? And is there anything we can improve? There's always room for improvement because I'm always looking to support others. But what's your view on that?
I think you always say this. You're always like, how can I improve? How can I improve? And then you never really credit how quickly this space has grown, and the improvements and changes you've made in such a short period of time. So I can't really say, you're adding all of these resources and you're going to register as a charity and you're bringing in a book club and a community and coach other coaches, other lessons, community work that you can do on Zoom. I think it's fantastic. How much more do you want to add all in one go? It's
the
fantastic.
next one will be flying to everyone's house, befriending them, have a cup of tea with every member. That'd be the mission. That's the mission as well.
Flying,
receiving enough funding, we can fly everyone in the group to a private island somewhere.
No, but listen, I've never been. When you have those bad days, like we all have bad days. Like I have many still. Like I've ranted to Tessa about them sometimes. And it's nothing to do about the group. It could be anything about my own life. But after I've podcasted a guest or spoke to a member who's been going through a tough time, I forget about my bad day, man. It's just like I just get so inspired, and it's crazy. It's crazy. You know, when people get inspired by, like, my favourite celebrity would be, she's gone.
She's gone. Has she
gone.
glitched? I
It was
don't
her
know.
internet. She was complaining
Yeah.
about my internet. She's sacked. Any of you want to take Tessa's place, please feel free to join. No, but
She'll
you know,
she'll be back.
Omni, you know when like you see your favourite celebrity and stuff like that, and you get like, oh, like inspired, and like, oh my god, like mine would be Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, or whatever, yeah. But I get buzzing now. I don't think I'll ever be as buzzing as when I'm talking to these members, because it's a weird feeling. Like you talk to people and do your coaching, and you hear people's stories. It must make you feel like, it makes you feel good as well that you've been able to help people talk, and that's all it is. And talking is so key. Like I can't underestimate. Like I can't say how important it is to talk, because talking is key, and whoever you talk to is just so important.
I think, like you said before as well, like everybody should write a book, because you know, everybody's got like beautiful stories, haven't they? Like, you know, despite the fact that we're all humans, we all take a completely different path.
The problem with it was your internet. It was your internet. You're sacked. You're sacked.
Oh, was it me?
Yes.
Oh no, it just.
Do you want me to bring out a safe space between us broadband?
No, my internet's fine. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know what it was. It just said, I don't know. Anyway, sorry about that, everyone. Proceed.
Oh no. Yeah, hello. Omni, what was you saying?
We were just talking about people's stories, you know, and how they.
But do you know what? We should like. Do you use journal? Use girls' journal, like write journal, yeah.
Yeah.
See, I started journaling since I've been doing this, because every professional has said journal. But do you know what? Sometimes I sit there and think, what am I reading? What am I writing? Like, what am I going to write? Why am I going to write? So yeah, why don't we move on to tools? So journaling, yeah. So some people, and I'm not saying it is a bad thing, it's a good thing, yeah. But for me, I'm a bit like, I don't know, I just can't focus, and it's just like when you start writing, I'm thinking, why am I going to write that I cooked chicken curry today? Why am I going to write that I got annoyed because someone bibbed at me or whatever? But then I was chatting to one of the professionals, and they said, but when you read it back at the end of the week and do reflection day or whatever, you laugh over why you got stressed. Why it was a bad day is because something petty. So what I've been doing is breaking. So the other day someone said to me, did you have a bad day today? And I went, yeah. And they went, right, come on, let's split your day into 3. So in the morning, was it bad or good? I went, it was good. They went, in the afternoon, bad or good? I went, bad. In the evening, was bad or good? And I went, good. So he went, how have you had a bad day? I went, oh yeah. Because he said, you split it in 3, and sometimes you probably have bad, but he said, you split it in 3, you keep saying you had a bad day. He said, only the afternoon was a bad day. And then the morning you was happy, the evening you've had a nice relaxing evening with your family or whatever. So how was it a bad day? And I thought, you know what, that's how I got. And since that podcast, this was last week, and it ain't come out, I accidentally deleted it, so another interview I've got to do. But that's how I've been looking at it, thinking, right, I'm down in the morning because of whatever. In the afternoon, it's been good. In the evening, it's been good. So what? I ain't actually had a bad day, so stop dwelling on it. It's just having that positive vibe and positive mindset, isn't it? What other tools would you?
Also, it doesn't, like, you know, when you say, oh, and you've got to write, oh, I had a chicken curry, or I went for a walk, or whatever. Like, actually, my journals aren't always like that. So sometimes I have no words. Sometimes I draw, sometimes I scribble, sometimes I do layers and layers and I get really mad, sometimes I stick stuff in. It's not always legible. Sometimes I can't go back along it and read it because I'm so like in the moment that I'm just going, whoa. But
I think reflect on it though.
Yeah.
You reflect back.
Yeah. because I think
And
the
so,
other thing is like processing, isn't it?
yeah,
It's processing. So even if I can't read my words, I can feel where I was, and then later I can like rationalize why or where it came from.
no, okay,
So like you say, like your parts of the day. But it doesn't always it doesn't have to be like a diary form. I don't think it is just an expression, isn't it?
yeah. Tessa, you
It's
journal.
like,
What else? What else is there? Like, I know there's other like breathing techniques and stuff like that, which we can get into in another podcast. But what other tools do you use?
so I don't journal anymore. I used to back in the beginning of like my whole mental health journey. It wasn't like it was unhelpful, but I just didn't find many benefits to journaling, like putting pen to paper. But I do keep a sleep, like a dream journal, because I have some wild dreams, and they sometimes give me anxiety, which is mad. Like I can have like really violent dreams, and I don't know if that's a side effect of medication or just, I don't know. I've been through some trauma, so it's probably related to that. But like it's that helps me, because I try to like interpret what dreams mean and things like that, and I'm like, oh, that makes sense because this happened the other day, and that makes sense because I've been worried about this and blah blah blah. But in terms of techniques, like what, so I don't know where I got it from. I think I watched, because I listen to like sleep meditation things to help me sleep, or to like relax me in the evening, and it was some form of, I'll have to find the video because it's actually really helpful, but it's basically like when you're feeling overwhelmed because of a certain emotion, whether it's anxiety, anger, any emotion, sometimes just recognizing what the emotion is helpful, if that makes sense. So if I'm like really frustrated and I'm overwhelmed because I'm angry at something, I don't know, one of the kids has pissed me off, or do you know what I mean, something like that, instead of just staying in that anger, you kind of come out your body a second and go, right, that's anger I'm feeling, you know, let it go. See it as anger and let it go. Recognize the emotion, process that this is the emotion that you're feeling, and then let it go.
But do you know what I've been doing with the kids? So, for example, obviously the twins, like, they're crazy, I've started to doing breathing techniques. So, obviously, I've had lots of professionals on and doing breathing techniques. I'll tell you what, they work wicked.
I've done a lot of box breathing.
Huh?
How old are your twins?
3.
I knew they were small.
They're crazy. But also, talking about dreams, I need to get a dream person, a professional dream person. I've been having crazy dreams, and basically, I'm going to say it, but I'm not going to say the person who I'm dreaming about. So I've been dreaming about someone I love, close to me, dying of cancer, right? And it's nearly every night. Yeah, I'm getting this, and every night I'm waking up screaming. Not like I'm not making to say goodbye to him, because then the dream just stops. Like I said to him, it's just like, why would your head dream? Why would your head dream stuff like that?
Your head goes when you're asleep though. It's very hard. Like, it's your subconscious. So like you don't have control.
Yeah, but there must be a reason why, like, your dream is thinking of the same thing. Like, remember I put a post on Facebook about it, and it was like, oh my god, my dreams, it's been happening, and I've been looking to see a dream, like someone who knows about dreams and stuff, but it's a bit crazy. Like, why would you have the same dream about the same person about the same thing? No, not what I know of.
I have a recurring nightmare though. I don't think it's uncommon to have recurring dreams, especially if it's something that, you know, as Omni said, your subconscious is, you have no control over it, and it's also a very wild thing. And if you're obviously, you've had this really scary dream about someone close to you dying of something that's not nice, that's enough to like trigger some stress in your brain, you know, like waking up from that in a panic. Like, so do you know what I mean? Your body doesn't forget the response to seeing something like that, even if it's in a dream. So it's not uncommon for you to like see it again and again, because you're worried about it.
That's why I'm always replying back to those in America and Australia at 4 o'clock in the UK time, because I'm up. That's when I'm up, because it's just like, well, I can't go back to sleep. And but yeah, that's just another drama. That's
To be fair,
remind me,
anytime I get up, I set the alarm for
dream
7 o'clock
specialist
and
on
get the kids
podcast.
up. And anytime I get up, you're already like online before me every time.
I'm an early rise, and you're there most of the time.
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always on there. Like, I've got to
That's
get ready
somebody else.
to post up.
There's somebody else streaming there. Can you hear that? That's
Yeah,
not
is that your dog?
my
Do you want
belly
your dog
rump.
to-
Yeah.
Let your dog say hello to everyone.
She's snoring down here.
Oh, look.
Hello. Hello,
Having a
darling.
little snore.
But no,
My dog's
ladies,
also
listen.
here snoring.
I want to say thank you to you girls as well. Like, you, Tessa, first of all, you've been like since the start of obviously my vision of starting this. You've jumped on board and been a massive. To be fair, we wouldn't be where we are without you, because you're kind of brains behind the scenes and stuff. Like, obviously, I talk a lot of like slangs and effings and blindings and stuff. Yeah, you're the professional person we needed on board. Also,
Giving you a pep talk before you come online, like, do not.
do not
Probably
swear.
the first time I've ever
Yeah.
been called professional, so thank you.
I had to press the button. Yeah, Omni, thank you. Obviously, we're building a good like relationship where it feels like we've known each other, like between all three of us. Like, I know me and Tessa know, it feels like we've known you for a long time. When in fact you live hundreds of miles, or I think hundreds of miles away. A fair way. But you know what? We are going to see each other in September.
I think
we're
also
trying-
though, like when you
before,
say that, think about it in your community. So if you think about, like, you know, that we've become quite close over a short amount of time, like, it's not like the people in your community who are watching now can't be part of that as well. So I'm not that close to you, but I still talk to you.
Yep.
And I still like express my feelings with you, and I come to you when I need you. And so, you know, it's like, it's just the same for everyone else.
Yeah, and it's when we've been open, and that's what I'm saying. We're just hoping that people get that courage to talk to us, because we're not. I might have done bad things, and I know there's still judgment about me around my community. I love you all, love or hate me. I love you all. Safe space is your place as well. But people can change. Like, everyone isn't perfect. I have done bad things.
Forward.
Yeah.
Just have a look and see what everyone else is talking about. Like, you know, just
what else is about. Yeah. And just have a browse. Just browse.
Yeah. So even if you don't want
just
to
eat, like I always said, that even if you ain't here, talk to someone else. But here we are really active. We're trying to be positive. I'm still learning, and again, we still go through our bad days, but our aim is to try and support as many people as possible, which we have. We're not doing it for any reason. That's the only reason. And there's so much more where this can go, and we want to help. Like, Tessa's eyes going to pop up when I say millions, like The Rock says, and millions. That's very.
But there's no reason why we can't. Like, people talk really negatively sometimes about social media, and I agree that social media, maybe for certain age groups and certain situations, can be very, very damaging and negative. But look at what we are able to create with social media and just the power of communication. Like, it is quite crazy. Like, how far we can reach with this because of, like,
if it's used in the right way. Yeah.
But remember the first day.
Yeah, used in a positive way, it can be an amazing thing.
Yeah. Remember the first day, and I said, "Oh my God, I've been contacted from someone in Australia."
Yeah.
And that's how far I thought it was going to go. Yeah. That's all I thought. And then obviously we're on 120 something now, and I do believe we need to be as a society, not just a safe space between us, but as a society, we should be celebrating people talking. So people getting that support. Because I remember when I went and finally got the support after doing stupid shit, it was like there was some people who I don't talk to anymore, like certain people in my family, so-called friends and stuff. It was like, oh, it's about time he effing done it or whatever. It was like, celebrate that, because you don't know, until you're in that situation, you don't know how hard it is to say, yeah, I've got an issue. So, and
just to say I need help, isn't it? It's difficult enough.
Yeah, and that's the only thing I want from a safe space between us, is be that group that is celebrating each other. So celebrate if it's Joe Bloggs who, after drinking so much or having trauma and PTSD, and he's finally said, you know what, safe space between us, you passed me support, or whoever else you passed me support, I'm gonna go and do my first counselling session. We should be celebrating that. We should be like, hey, well done. And do you know how much of a boost just someone saying well done, be proud of you, can be? So, and at the moment we've got 260 odd members in the group. If 260 of us just said well done to one person, oh my god, the boost that person's going to have. And everyone in that group will be nearly saving lives. Like, I never thought Kieran or Tessa or a safe space between us would be saving lives, but we've been told that we've saved lives, and we love the thank yous, we love the feedback, negative or positive, but that's not what we're doing it for. It's just like, we're just so proud and glad that you're actually getting that help. But on that note, ladies, I'm going to let you say one positive to give us all. So, Omni, what's a positive for the rest of the week that you want us to focus on, or a positive comment?
A positive comment. I think definitely off the back of that you just said, that we should celebrate our small wins. So, like, sometimes they seem like the smallest things, just asking for help, but really they're the biggest ones. So I think if you're making small steps, if you're making any steps, you need to celebrate yourself as well as everyone else, because that's not easy. It's not easy.
Absolutely.
So celebrate yourself, have a treat, give yourself something good, get out in the sun if it lasts. I don't know if it's going to last.
I think it's supposed to be raining for the rest of the week now.
Yeah. So, like, we'll deviate to like chocolate or like, a takeaway, a bit of self-care. Yeah.
No, but you're right. You celebrate those little wins. If you're making one toe forward, forget footsteps forward. If you're making one toe forward, celebrate it. Celebrate yourself and say, be proud of yourself. Say, well done.
Because progress is progress.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up saying, "Oh, I've only done 10-minute walk today." 10 minutes is better than the 5 minutes you've done yesterday. So be proud of yourself and celebrate that. And also, just do something. I'm telling you now, everyone, and even myself, is when you say something to someone you don't even know or a friend, well done, I'm proud of you. Not only will you see the sparkle in their eyes of what that means to them, but also you feel something hit you. So it's hard to explain. I've been feeling it since I've been doing this, and it's just like, it's a really proud and inspiring thing. So just self-care and just do something nice for someone. Tessa, what's your comment or motivation for this week?
I would just say that life is never smooth sailing. There is, life is not perfect, and there are going to be bad days. So, like, one bad day doesn't mean that it's going to be a bad life. One bad month, one bad period doesn't mean that your life is over. Like, things do always get better. So never, this sounds really cliche, but never give up. I'll ask for help, because they're like in our group currently, as you're saying, Kieran, if 200 people, over 260 people can say, oh, well done, there's over 260 people that are here for you, to support you. Do you know what I mean? Like, there is so many people out there who share similar stories, who have been through it and come out the other side okay, and you can too.
Yeah, love that, ladies. And again, I echo everything they said, Tessa and Omni. You're gonna have bad days. Yeah, I have bad days nearly every day. Like, or not bad day every day, but an hour, a bad 10 minutes. Like
a bad day to
a bad day. Yeah, well, a bad day to me is not getting a podcast. A podcast getting deleted. I've had 5 podcasts deleted, and that. You know how upset I've got ladies with that. And if any of those professionals or guests are watching now, I'm so sorry that I've had to reschedule in. I love you. Yeah, just you're gonna have bad days, but don't beat yourself up with it. If you're finding it tough to get out of that frame of mind of I'm beating yourself up, just remember the positive. Remember what I've done. I've got my happy garden with pictures of my girls. My daughters will draw a picture for me, and when I go to the sink and I'm miserable, I look at it, and why isn't it going to put a smile on my face? Of course it would. Regardless of what mood I'm in, I'm going to look at it and go and smile, even though it's very hard for me to break a smile. But just think of something positive. Or, as we've always said, if you're really that down and you really want to rant, don't beat yourself up over it. Send us an email and rant away to us. Rant away, and then we can chat, try and make you laugh. I've said to a few
rant
guests,
away to the group, because I'm pretty sure with the amount of members and obviously how rapidly it's growing, there's going to be a lot of other people in the same boat and feeling the same stress.
Yeah, and I have to say the way we're growing as well, and that's again, if it's not our group, and if it's any other group, if it's a mind group, if it's any group, just invite your friends to it, share it to your friends. And I'm not saying a safe space between us. Share it or like it, because you will be helping someone out there, one of your friends. And like I've said, I've had a lot of my people on my friend list seek support from me, and my problem is that I will never disclose who they are and whatever, but it's just you be helping someone. Again, it doesn't have to be this group, it could be other, and we're growing at rapid rate on the basis of not really getting, apart from me or us sharing it much, and a couple, we're not hardly anyone's invited friends and stuff to it. It's just, I don't know, word of mouth, or people seeing it, or whatever, or the podcast.
You only started a month
weeks.
ago.
Yeah. We're a month. But Sunday just gone was our month. I think it was the month. So yeah, we're gradually getting there, but our aim is to that number this time next year. I want it to be a minimum of 200,000. That's my aim in a year. Minimum. that's the minimum. 200,000 in a year. Trust me, we're climbing mountains. So just remember, guys, May the 15th, we put it out there. Tessa is the announcement lady. She'll put it out there. May the 15th is podcast 24 hours. We're going to have guests on every hour throughout the whole 24 hours. Day 2 is Ice Bath Challenge with myself, and then I'll nominate people. Day 3 is cooking lesson with Kieran. Of course, it's going to be curry. And then baking lesson with Tessa. Day 4 is yoga. We're going to have a yoga instructor on, and you can laugh at us trying to do it. It's going to be funny. Day 5 is open mic comedy night. So everyone, get involved. Come on, not only is it just a laugh, but also you'll enjoy it. Like the quiz night the other night was good. It was good fun. I might have one tone, might not be the greatest host at the moment, but we're getting there. But we try and make everything fun and positive and light-hearted. So that's me done. Ladies, anything else to add?
No. Just everyone have a great evening.
Yeah, and I just again want to say thank you to the ladies, Tessa and Omni. Love you girls. I want to say thank you to my missus, because she supports me through fucking everything of me doing this. And big thank you without you members. Much love. Safe space between us is your space. There's no judgment here. We care, and we're going to break the stigma and break the silence. Peace out.
Whoop, whoop.
Love you.
Round of applause. See, this is the moment where you're allowed to press the button.
Oh, and of course.
But he didn't. There you go.